Welcome everyone to our Virtual Worlds Education Consortium Metaverse Expert Series. And today's topic is Summer of Communities Networking Panel. We are glad to see you here today and have you join us for today's very interesting presentation and discussion. And for those of you who are new, our website is VWEconsortium.org. And you can find VWEC on many social media channels here on Linktree. We're pleased to offer our expert series presentations in both text and chat. For anyone who may not be using voice, it's also shared on our YouTube live stream. You can find this in the sign in front of our stage as well. And speaking of signs, we'd like you to know that we have a survey. Our survey plant, which is over to the far side of the stage from me, it has a quick survey that's a great help to us if you'd fill it out. And feel free to send along any comments that you have. Today, our panel will feature the exciting Summer of Communities theme. These panelists here on the stage are participating in the 2026 VWEC Community Fair. And it has over 40 kiosks sharing virtual world communities and what they bring to the rich diversity of learning in the metaverse. We have professors, artists, scientists, historians, musicians, people from all different fields at the fair, along with rides and games and, you guessed it, lemonade and fun snacks. The VWEC Community Fair kicks off at the 5th anniversary celebration of the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium here in Second Life on Saturday, May 30th at 11 a.m. Second Life time. Everyone's welcome that day for a grand party, and we'll have many events over the summer from May 30th, the day it kicks off, through August 15th. Just look on our calendar on the website, or I will drop you a note card later with all the dates of the summer events. Now, we couldn't have all over 40 people up here today all telling you, and so we only have a number of representatives. But here's a few examples on this slide that show the rich diversity that we will see at the community fair. We have several universities in Second Life, such as Colorado State, the University of New Mexico, Seattle University, San Jose State University's Vicara kiosk, and many communities of interest and lifelong learning, communities in art and psychology, such as Octagon and Whole Brain Health. Science content, the International Spaceflight Museum. Collaborative global open source content, such as the Engagement Clinic, health information, such as Alpha Health Alliance, connection to educational institutions, such as the Association of College and Research Libraries, and cutting-edge innovation with technology, such as the Learning Zone, where one can expand their technology skills beyond your dreams. So our first panelist today, I'm proud to introduce a professor of anthropology at the University of California, Irvine, and he is the author of Coming of Age in Second Life. So we'll hear first about the kiosk from Tom Bolstorff. Tell us about your community fair kiosk, Tom.
Thank you so much. So first of all, let me just say that this is such an amazing achievement to have set up this event, and to Val and everyone who did it. It's just so impressive to get all of these different people together and to do this event. So congratulations to all of you. I'm really looking forward to it, and it's really wonderful. And what I did for my kiosk was sort of a retrospective, just thinking back about, the things I've done here in Second Life since I began spending time in Second Life and doing research here, which is hard to believe. It's 23 years now or something like that. My gosh. I'd have to look at my profile to remember how long it's been. It's been a while. So 21 years, there we are. Only 21 years, 11 months, oh my God. So yes, almost 22 years. But since its very earliest days, Second Life has had educational activities in it, and virtual worlds have had educational activities in it of so many different kinds, involving formal universities, individual researchers, amazing community groups, artists, all of those things that you've said. And I think for me, I wanted to do something looking back as a way to have a foundation for looking forward and thinking about the amazing potential for virtual worlds, and specifically what virtual worlds offer, what it means for us to be sitting here together in a virtual space, and what that means when you can have shared virtual space and building and community, and what that means for human culture and human society in general, including education. And in this particular moment, since you were just talking about universities, many of you have probably heard about all of the graduating students booing commencement speakers around the United States when they talk about how artificial intelligence is the greatest thing ever and the wave of the future. And at my university, there is a quite significant, backlash against AI from students and faculty, but a lot of it from students. They really don't like it, for the most part, and not just because they're concerned about work and the labor market, but they don't like what it is means for them, for their creativity and for their community, for their thinking. And of course, there's some good potential in AI as well. And I don't mean to make it just black and white, but there really are concerns. And some of those concerns are about the technology itself. And some of those concerns are about the regulation of that technology, and in particular, the lack of regulation. And part of it is the concern about the real centralization of the technology, where just a handful of very large corporations have the resources to create the kinds of data centers and compute that is needed for AI. And so in this moment when we are at this era when it used to be, there was a period in the 1970s and 1980s that was called the AI winter, when there was a kind of difficulties in the development of AI. And sometimes people talk about a metaverse winter that we're going through right now. Usually they mean that with regard to VR, with VR interfaces, right? Like an Oculus or a Meta Quest, rather than virtual worlds. But I think this moment is actually a wonderful, powerful moment to really look at what virtual worlds specifically have to offer, what they have done, what they are doing now, and what they can do. And to do it in community is such a great way to do that. And so I congratulate once again everyone who organized and is involved with this community fair, Summer of Community Fair. And I'm really looking forward to hanging out around the exhibits myself, and hope everyone else does as well and passes the word along to as many people as you can. This is really wonderful, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Tom. And I love how you pointed out this is a real place with real human beings sharing real culture. Great kickoff for our kiosks. And next up, we have a duo, iClectic and Ava, who bring innovation and inspiration through their artistic endeavors. Tell us about your clinic, I and Ava.
Hello. Okay, this is Ava. I hope you can hear me, and I will be putting some of our community information related to the slides into the chat as iClectic speaks.
Hello, and this is iClectic, and Hearts Coming Together is a movement that we started to actually just, facilitate positive change in our world and bring people together in that idea. Heart is really where we're all connected. The image you see in the top left there of that screen is the Hearts Coming Together logo. That there was no editing done to that. That's how I found that sprout growing from what looks like Ohio in the dried lake bed of Salt Fork Lake. And that was actually the first communication that Ava had with me, was when I posted that picture. And she said, "This image is so hope inspiring, it's excruciating." So we are sprouting reality from our dreams, literally, guided by dreams that Ava has had of microphilanthropy and things that can make a difference in our world. So the image to the right, I have a virtual exhibit that is immersive, created by real world photography that is about relationship with nature and messages and interspecies communication. Even if we're seeing everything through eyes of love, then we see that everything is communicating. So the butterfly effect, touch of light at the edge of the world, what that is about, and it really has a profound way of changing the way people look at the world in their own interactions with nature. The love train we also started in reality in 2009. We did a few years of events, and then circumstances led to the origin station being abandoned. So we jumped into Second Life, kind of like the little engine that could, when you got to find new ways to bring dreams into reality, to build bridges between worlds, really, and to expand the story of the love train and then reflect it back into reality. And then Future Nurture Stations is a vision of Ava. Ava's actually a dream she had that has guided us to work toward these goals of, having a learning library landing for nonprofits that engages people in micro philanthropy, sending pulses out to the world. So we have the Infinite Peace Garden, was planted by kids from Northern Ireland and USA in Nimisila Park in Canton, Ohio. And we're literally spreading seeds around the world from this garden now, which is an environmental science laboratory where you can sit on a bench and have a real intimate observation of nature. But we didn't expect this sunflower tower to grow there with blooms from bottom top facing in every direction, but it did. And so we're literally spreading the seeds around the world. You can see my map of a cross-country trip that I just took, and I think Ava's got links to an article about that. And then Mary Lou wearing the T-shirt that we're wearing that you can get from a treasure chest in the Butterfly Effect, along with some other gifts, to represent infinite peace here in Second Life as well. There's a sunflower that you can plant on your own sim. And I love that poem in the bottom right. If you have a moment to read it, I don't know if you want me to send it to you. I can do that because it's a poem that was written for me by somebody in Central Park that I gave these seeds to. And you see somebody in Indonesia there with the seeds. And Nature's Empire is something we're inviting everyone into. It's a collaborative space for meetings, exhibits, etc. Actually, inspired by the Empire State Building, where I had an exhibit in reality years ago called Empathy from the Empire. So it has a lot of space in it. So, we have a space called Tesla's Loft based on Nikola Tesla's work, a think tank, and it's a sandbox. And so we're calling all builders, scripters, scientists, artists, activists, everybody to come together and build this, a collaborative imagination that can actually reflect things into reality. And we also, one more thing, have a mainland space, and I'm just going to send you a link here in Slurl, because we want to build the Global Phoenix Peace Fountain, reflecting a real peace fountain that is in Northern Ireland, with people around the world. So you can just go there and read more about it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Eclectic and Ava. And another rich community that shares work on the environment and on green living at the amazing Utopia region is up next. Tell us about your kiosk, Namara.
Okay, well, thank you, and hello, everybody. Appreciate you being here. I'm excited to share a little bit about the kiosk for the Summer Fair as a reflection of our community, Utopia. And Utopia is a themed set of regions focusing on regenerative and sustainable living. Utopia was founded in 2007 as an environmental sim for ecologists, educators, and advocates. And we still share these ideas with visitors, but in maybe a more integrated way than we have in the past. So we host presentations, tours, and workshops for and in collaboration with our Second Life partners. Our focus is to demonstrate healthy, responsible, and fun ways to live and work in Second Life as well as in the physical world. So for visitors to Utopia, there are many interactive activities throughout the region. Storytellers that tell stories, they share instructions and valuable information on various community topics. The whole idea of setting up our regions this way is so that visitors are encouraged to explore, engage, learn, and ultimately think about how they can use what we share in their daily lives. So we've captured some of that at our kiosks. So I really encourage you when you visit there to really explore the exhibit and then explore Utopia. So some of the presentations and discussions we've hosted at Utopia and across the grid they include food justice, renewable energy, greening your office, tiny living, community gardens, and so much more. Utopia is also home to the Brain Energy Support Team. We're a nonprofit founded in 2008 in the United States, and we work with individuals with brain injury and their families for the most part. And over the years, we have expanded our community, and we do include a broad range of neurodiverse participants in our programs. So we utilize the many features and activities, which is why I bring it up, that are available across the Utopia regions to help our program participants practice things like social behaviors, strengthen communication skills, explore return to work or return to school strategies, relearn transactional skills in shops like our food co-op, and more in a safe community-based environment. We're also fortunate to have a campus for the United States-based college, Peninsula College. The best program participants can take classes with Zinnia and have the support of our team to help them succeed in an education environment. And the college students then also have storefronts that they can have at Utopia to showcase their creative work, which is part of their classwork. We also provide employer accommodations and accessibility training, board governance training, small business workshops, tons of resources and more that are valuable to a broad range of people and groups in both Second Life and real life. And when I talk about these things, it's all kind of intertwined, right? BEST and Utopia sharing valuable information on improving the quality of life for everybody. So all of this interaction breathes vitality into our community. It supports positive real-world outcomes for everyone. So you can visit our website and definitely visit our kiosk here at the Summer Fair, and there's also a slurl in chat for visiting us at Utopia. Thank you.
Thank you, Namara. And I would just like to say that speaking of the wonder of our amazing planet Earth, which I think is ironic for us to really talk about in a virtual world, we have panelist M. Evergarden here from a gorgeous region and community here in Second Life called the Nature Collective. So M, take it away.
Oh, thank you, Val. Hi, I'm M. Evergarden, and I'm the founder of the Nature Collective in Second Life, or TNC for short, as we call it. And Tegan here is going to be helping me out today since I didn't get a speakeasy done, and she's going to be posting the chat in local for us. So the Nature Collective is a community-centered initiative focused on bringing together immersive virtual nature spaces that inspire curiosity, creativity, exploration, and meaningful connection. At our current mainland space, which is entitled Nature Collective in Bloom, we invite visitors to wander through our peaceful spring garden, learn about our mission of celebrating both virtual nature and real-world environmental awareness. So at our Community Fair booth, you can explore that mission in practice with information on our iNaturalist program, native planting, and the incredible world of native bees, as well as view some different photos of some of our member locations. One of the questions that often comes up in conversations about virtual worlds and education that I hear a lot is what happens after the class or presentation ends? How do we keep people coming back, and how do we make the experience meaningful beyond the screen? So for us with the Nature Collective, that answer has two parts, which is real world connection and community. So one of the things that makes the Nature Collective unique is the way that we connect virtual community building with real world action. One way we do this is through citizen science via our iNaturalist BioBlitz initiatives. These programs invite members of the TNC community to document biodiversity in their everyday lives using the iNaturalist platform. And every observation submitted becomes part of a global scientific database used by researchers and conservationists around the world. Just for reference, our current BioBlitz projects include backyard birds and beyond, fungi finders, and pollinators in the wild. These programs show how a virtual community can spark real-world curiosity and action. Someone who wanders through a virtual garden and discovers a love of pollinators might step outside and start noticing the bees in their backyard. That observation submitted to iNaturalist contributes to actual science. That is a powerful loop, and one that virtual worlds are uniquely positioned to create. The second part of our answer is community itself. People return to Second Life when they have a reason to, and that reason is almost always the people and the experiences waiting for them here. So at the Nature Collective, we work hard to build those reasons. We offer activities like our Nature Bingo game, which encourages people to grab a friend and explore beautiful locations across our member community. We also host our Coffee Collective events with a soon to be announced new partnership, which we're really excited about, which are the perfect opportunity to unwind, make new friends, and soak up the cozy atmosphere of our member locations. And another event is our book club, which is also gearing up again, which is bringing together nature-loving readers to explore nature-themed books, share conversations, and connect with others who see the world the same way that they do. Each gathering takes place at a member location that closely matches the theme of the book being read, so the environment itself becomes part of the experience. And it doesn't stop there. Our TNC member locations can also share their own events through our TNC community group and Discord server, which means there's always something new to discover, always another corner of the virtual nature world to explore. At its core, the Nature Collective is about creating spaces and experiences that help people slow down, explore, learn, collaborate, and reconnect. Reconnect with nature, with creativity, and with one another. We believe that virtual worlds have incredible potential, not just as social spaces, but as places for education, inspiration, wellness, and community-driven discovery. Whether someone arrives in Second Life for a class, for curiosity, or just to find a quiet garden to sit in for a while, we want them to find something worth coming back for. So please make sure that you stop by our booth to learn more about TNC and our programs and events, and be sure to grab your free copy of our Nature Bingo game while you're there, because we would love to connect with you. And I also wanted to give a special shout out to our TNC volunteer and new admin team member, Chandra, for her hard work on our booth this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Em. So inspiring. It's such a beautiful simulation that you have. And next, unfortunately, Brian Aviator was unable to attend today, but I will share his slides. If you're not familiar with his virtual museums, they are beautiful. Brian Aviator has several amazing virtual museums in Second Life, also in Wolf Territories, and even in Roblox. So he's giving a good example of how we can archive these virtual world experiences and not put all of our eggs in one basket. He's got the Museum of Computing History, the Museum of Telecommunications, the LGBTQ History Museum, Brevin Cat Museum, and the Moleseum, which has moles from Second Life that go way, way back to kind of have a history of Second Life as well. So you can see his booth at the Community Virtual Fair and find out information about his website for the Virtual World Museums. And next up, we have an amazing community that many of us know and love, an example of the diversity at the Summer Fair, sharing accessibility in virtual worlds. We'll hear from Virtual Ability, the premier group for helping us all learn to create accessible assets and resources for everyone. So I'll hand the mic to Gentle.
And thank you, Val, for inviting Virtual Ability to be part of this panel. The Virtual Ability community has been active in Second Life since 2007. We are well known for our mission, which is to help people with a wide range of disabilities, including physical, mental, emotional, developmental, and sensory disabilities. We help them learn to use and thrive in virtual worlds. Over the years, we've aided people who are completely paralyzed, fully deaf, and totally blind become productive Second Life citizens. We've helped people with anxiety disorders learn how to navigate their physical world communities. And we taught a person with Down syndrome how to safely cross the street from his bus stop to his sheltered workshop place of employment. Our members engage in a lot of peer-to-peer education. We know that Second Life is more accessible than many people think it is, and I encourage you to check out the Second Life Accessibility Wiki, and there is a link for you to click and save. So that's the core of our work in Second Life, but we do a lot more than that. We also work with people who are family members, caregivers, and educators of persons with disabilities to help them find useful resources. We assist educators, researchers, and medical professionals to learn how to address the special needs of people with particular disabilities. And that is why we share informational poster sets on Health Info Island every month. It's also why Virtual Ability is an active member of VWEC and numerous other Second Life organizations. We work hard to raise the awareness of the general public about the contributions of people with disabilities to their physical world communities. That's why we have public social media, and we hold 2 annual professional level conferences that are open to the public in Second Life. If you would like to learn more about the Virtual Ability community and its work in Second Life, you can visit our kiosk. There's the slurl there, and the picture is on the screen. Or you can visit our website. I'm always happy to answer questions. So is Pecos Kid, who's in the audience today, and I thank you.
Thank you, Gentle. And I hope we do have some time for questions at the end of our panel. Up next, Second Life is a fabulous place for sharing music. Musicians from around the globe can play live music 24/7. Well, Fran Koolhoven is on the music team, along with myself and Sumu Magic and Dana Enyo. And Fran's recording today, so Sumu's going to share about the CVL Marley Molina Music Library, which has a kiosk at the community fair. So Sumu, take it away.
Hello, I'm Sumu Magic from the Community Virtual Library. Francisco Koolhoven is handling the live stream and video recording for this event, as Val said, and so he asked me to share his comments. Fran has been involved in several communities in Second Life for many years now. His primary affiliation is with Lucena Wisdom Seeker at Whole Brain Health. He has also been a part of Marley Molina's group Octagon Creative Exploration because of his longtime friendship with her. Fran is involved with the CVL Marley Molina Music Library, which is a joint project of the Community Virtual Library and the Octagon Group in Second Life. The CVL Marley Molina Music Library opened in April the 19th, 2020. Its purpose is to support original musicians, artists, writers, and other people in the arts. The music library hosts a Musician of the Month program each month, currently on the 4th Saturday of each month, although we may be moving future programs to Sundays. You'll be happy to hear that there is a music concert tomorrow at 11 a.m. SLT, and I have some links at the end of the chat for you to get there. Fran was asked to help out with the community fair exhibits for each of these groups that he is involved with: Whole Brain Health, the Octagon, and the CVL Music Library. He is honored to work with each of these amazing organizations, and it has been very rewarding for him to work on these exhibits, searching to find ways to present them in the best possible light. He has also had fun watching other communities put up their exhibits and seeing what exciting things they have come up with. Fran hopes that everyone who visits the fair this summer will find all of these presentations as inspiring as he does, and maybe will find a community that resonates with them personally, because that's how communities grow. So I will put some links about the CVL Music Library here at the end of the chat. And please come by and see the CVL Music Kiosk, as well as lots of other really great kiosks there.
Thank you so much, Sue Moon. And what a great example of this cross-community collaboration going on at the summer fair. So next up, speaking of library projects, librarian Krayatya Shannon will tell us about the CVL Nonprofit Commons Library, which has been updated, another community collaboration. Krayatya?
Thank you, Val. Hello, as mentioned, I am Krayatya Shannon, and today I am also representing the Community Virtual Library, as Sue Moon is. The Community Virtual Library primarily supports the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium, but as just mentioned, it does have a history of community partnerships. CVL has also had a long-standing partnership with the Nonprofit Commons through maintaining a nonprofit resource center library in the Nonprofit Commons region. This space is given free of charge by the Nonprofit Commons to CVL. In exchange, Community Virtual Library maintains the contents as well as hosts the annual Nonprofit Commons Community Harvest. And this is for various members to share about what their organizations offer to the virtual world community. Though this resource existed many years prior, in 2017, Bree Theodore, Jody Landon in Second Life, did a makeover of the NPC Resource Library, and it had opened in 2018 in that iteration of it. However, by 2025, the nonprofit landscape changed a lot, and there was a clear need that content needed to be more focused both universally and to the nonprofit commons community itself. NPC, Nonprofit Commons, also wanted more activity from the space, such as having books look like books and actually be in-world interactions for information. Specific to the organization, Nonprofit Commons wanted to make more of their own organizational content accessible in-world and have the location feel more branded to their colors. So I, alongside Rhiannon Chat Noir from Nonprofit Commons, worked together to bring these revisions to fruition. And that went live last summer. If you'd like to learn more information about the location, as well as the plural to it, be sure to visit the Community Virtual Library booth at the fair once it all kicks off. And now, Val, back to you.
Thank you, Krayatya. Amazing the diversity here that we are seeing with all these different communities. It's so exciting. Such a variety of subject areas. What about history? Well, here's a wonderful example next. The Poland History House by Dex Uramat. Dex, share your kiosk.
Thank you, Val. Well, the first thing, who I am. I am Dex Uramat here in Seoul, and also I'm an engineer, Master of Engineering Technical Deck in real life. I am the creator of and owner of the Poland History House. You can have you can see the website and through links on the chat. The idea for the project came in 2018, when Polish nation was celebrating 100th anniversary of regaining independence. At this time, there were already projects about Polish history in Second Life, Wilanów Royal Palace, which is still existing, and Polish Embassy. Unfortunately, we lost it during pandemic. The projects were introduced to ESL in late summer 2019, and this is 7th year. The main goals for Poland History House are: bring into Second Life a place that showcases Polish history from beginning to current times, fight some bad stereotypes and disinformation about Poland and Polish people, showcase Polish inventions and inventors, be available to visit at any time of day and night, and give people our perspective of how things were done, especially in the latest history. In the kiosk, you can get all of that, including also info about culture and language. So please come in, discover and learn about Poland, have a cup of coffee or glass of wine, and chat about it. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dex. It's just a beautiful project and kiosk. And next, for many years, educators and learners have met at the Virtual Worlds Education Roundtable every Thursday at noon, Second Life time, with Sheila Yoshikawa. The VWER leader has a lovely kiosk, and one of the co-leaders of VWER is here today to share about it, Beth Ghostraven. So Beth, the mic is yours.
Hi, everyone. Sheila Yoshikawa, who runs VWER, is not able to be here today, so I'll be sharing a little information with you. VWER is the Virtual Worlds Education Roundtable. We hold public meetings in text chat. We log the chat and publish a transcript of each meeting eventually. Everyone is welcome to attend and participate in all of our meetings. VWER has met weekly since 2008, and you can find the transcripts at vwer.info, full of information and opinions on many topics regarding virtual worlds and education. We are one of the oldest education-focused groups in Second Life that is still meeting on a consistent basis. Here's some general information. We meet every Thursday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Second Life time. And we thank the University of Sheffield for allowing us to meet on their virtual island at InfoLit iSchool. There's the slaw for that there. We welcome a wide variety of educators, from seasoned veterans to the newly res. We also welcome anyone who's interested in education in virtual worlds. You do not need to be an educator to participate. Check out the Virtual Worlds Education Roundtable group in Second Life and our group on Facebook. Please remember to include the hashtag VWER if you post anything about it. That's all I have. Thank you, Val.
Thank you, Beth, for sharing about the Virtual Worlds Education Roundtable. And to keep this amazing momentum of learning in the metaverse going, both in Second Life and beyond, the Virtual Worlds MOOC 2026 will be taking place all month long in August. The MOOC, a massive open online course, has a community fair kiosk, and we have two of the coordinators here with us today, Peonia and Nellie. So tell us about the Virtual World MOOC.
Hi, Val. Actually, we've got three of us, since you're also one of the coordinators. At least you have been for the past couple of years. Really exciting to be here. And it's going to be an amazing summer. I don't know if I'll find time for all of this, but really, really great job, everyone, and what you've been doing. And I'm going to look at the kiosks and learn a lot more as time allows. The VW MOOC actually started as Second Life MOOC in 2014. So we've been around for quite some time. Our goal was to bring educators to Second Life, to virtual worlds actually. It started with Second Life, but it expanded. It's a chance for, I guess, educators and others to speak, and not only to speak, say, on Zoom, but also to speak in Second Life, and that's the second goal, to bring them from other virtual, not worlds, but virtual meetings to actually speak in Second Life so that they can feel the difference. And there is a huge difference. This is done once a year for a whole month. Right now, there are 6 spots left. I'll add the link in the chat. For those who are interested, we'd love to have you, because this is really a chance to bring Second Life and virtual worlds to the world. And this is done through live streaming, so that all these meetings are recorded, and those who can't attend in virtual worlds can actually view them on YouTube and get an idea. We've got a lot of new members coming into Second Life, but unfortunately, many of them come once a year. They only come to the VW MOOC, but we're trying, and hopefully with your help, we'll get more educators bringing in their students as well, because I think that's really, really important. I teach virtual reality and augmented reality, and I find that Second Life, for example, is a lot more immersive than some of these other worlds. And so I'm an advocate. I don't spend that much time in Second Life these days, but I've been around since 2007, so I'm not that young, but I'm not that old. I'm sure there are others who've been here for longer. So I'm going to let Pionia say a few words. And Val, if you'd like to add anything that either of us missed, that would be great. So thank you.
Hello there. Okay. Well, thanks for this opportunity to join the communities. And this is what we do at the Virtual World MOOC. We invite all the communities, or we want all the communities to show, share, and tell, all educators what we are doing. So let me tell you a little bit about the kiosk that I prepare for this. So we prepare for this is basically we designed it as a welcoming space where visitors can discover what Virtual Worlds MOOC is about and then connect with our community. The kiosk has information about, it had some boards about the project, examples of the kind of educational experiences that happen in virtual worlds, an invitation to join us for the Virtual Worlds MOOC 26. The setting is open and informal with palm trees, colorful banners, and a small campfire area. This is intentional because we wanted the space to feel friendly and social, because communities of practice grow through conversation and share experiences. For us, the kiosk is more than an exhibition stand. It is a meeting point. So visitors can stop, explore the information, ask questions, and begin a conversation about teaching and learning in virtual worlds. We selected the beach scene because I think we are moving to a new place, and this is by a beach. So we're going to have beach activities in our next Virtual World MOOC. So thank you.
Thank you both. I highly encourage you all to check out the Virtual Worlds MOOC, keep this momentum going, and help other people know the great potential in virtual worlds for connecting communities and promoting education. I'm dropping you all a note card about the Community Faire events that are going to be coming up. So you'll have those dates. And all of these panelists are invited to come to any of them and stand by their kiosk and talk more about it. So thank you, everyone, for sharing with us today. I know, like me, you cannot wait for the VWEC Community Fair grand opening. I hope you all can make it on Saturday, May 30th at 11 a.m. Now, before we wrap up and we have a little bit of time for questions, or some of you may have a little more that you might have wanted to say about your particular community, I do want to thank you for coming today. And just a reminder, you will be able to find the recording of today's presentation on the VWEC YouTube channel. If you'd like a copy of today's slides, you can get them on the board. There's a side over on the deck where all of the slides of our expert series presentations are kept. Please know that we welcome new members and volunteers to help the Virtual Worlds Education Consortium, which is open to anyone interested in teaching and learning in the metaverse. We'd like to invite you to work at the Info Center or find another position of interest. So contact me, Val Librarian Greg, or Ellie Pinion or Sue Moon Magic if you'd like to better connect and promote what you do in Second Life and across the metaverse. Now here's some exciting news. Our next expert series will share something brand new that VWEC is offering. The VWEC Experiential Workshops. Learn how to build in 3D, not just present slides like you can in Zoom, but actually take advantage of 3D building opportunities with Sophia Sakura. This was an idea coming from Marley Molina, who led the first one. The next one will be coming up on June the 1st, and there's also, it's on our calendar, and this expert series will be on June the 12th, right here at the Fireside Deck. To see all of our events, check out the Plaza event calendar. There's the tiny URL, or our YouTube channel. And once again, we're on many social media platforms, as well as Discord. So finally, we're going to, in just a moment, all stand up and move over to the Friday Happy Hour deck at the far end to sort of have an informal conversation, some Q&A, and you can meet these panelists, ask them questions about their kiosks, or they can provide any more information if they would choose to do so. So I'm going to stand up first, and you can follow me over for our social hour. So follow me this way, everybody. Great job, panelists. I'm so excited to visit all of the different community fair kiosks. Let's head over to the deck.